Hello and welcome everybody to another stream, a stream of the Tabletop Junkie, and I'm making some announcements. Okay, so let's be honest, I'm just doing this because I'm trying to see if I can get the crackling to stop. It turns out, according to someone who's been listening to me, it might have been my 10-foot cord. Doesn't look like there's any damage done to it, so I don't know, maybe I gotta rest it assured somewhere and not let it dangle. I don't know. It's some shit. So I'm hoping that I come through loud and clear on this stream and keep it going forward. Right now I'm currently by myself. And I've been, getting there, my friend. We're going through some shit. So what kind of announcements could we do today? Well, very easily. I would like to be the first because, oh my god, I made... Alright, awesome. I gotta make sure I get that because everyone's doing Follow Friday already. And I guess it's almost Friday. We got for me, it's 55 minutes away. So, good. So far, so good so far. So I'm thinking I figured it out was the fucking cord. So I got my original cord hooked back in, which I may need to buy a new cord now. So I'll probably be going to Amazon and calling it good. Alright, first things first. I would like to sit here and send a shout out to my friend Ironcaster publicly. Sir, unlike most people, I feel that you and I are better. We don't need to wave around who's got the bigger dick, but we all know who's got the bigger tabletop gaming collection. I'd like to make an announcement that between Tabletop Junkie and Tabletop Junkie and Ironcaster, the winner of the biggest library collection of tabletop games goes to none other than the Witch King of Samra, who's not even in the fucking thing because he's got a bigger collection. I've seen his shit. That dude has got some shit. So Witch King, sorry to bring you into this fight, but so it's like this. Ironcaster contacted me, and it was a very funny thing. He thinks he has more books than I do when it comes to, Castles and Crusades. Well, very true. It is not true at all, actually. I have more than he does. But only by, hardcovers, it's by 2. But by all the books combined, it's 7. Actually, it's 9. It's 9. I can't fucking add tonight. So yes, in a big fight between me and Ironcaster, who's got the biggest book collection, the Witch King wins. That is like saying, on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad is the situation, and you go 11. You missed that, Chris. I totally announced the Witch King as the winner, even though it had nothing to do with him.
Oh, no, I was here. I heard it all.
Yep. So, if owning a big library collection was a big dick contest, Witch King's got it. I'll give the man
I
props.
mean, he is the king for a reason.
But I'm still the junkie. I still pick up the good books. I gotta say, you know what? Let's face it, no one would be buying Castle and Crusades if it wasn't for me. I mean, well, technically that's not entirely true. None of my friends would be buying Castle and Crusades if it wasn't for the Witch King getting me in, and then me just saying, "This is what I'm doing. I'm not going to anyone else." Fuck D&D 5th edition. That's
Oh,
right.
geez.
You heard it, motherfuckers. It's not that I hate wizards or anything like that. I just don't like the feel of, hey, I'm a super powered, like, fucking warrior.
Well, I mean, obviously, Castles and Crusaders aren't going to do that because, after all, we're almost coming to death almost in every adventure you give us.
Yeah, how many times did you bleed out with 1d4 damage? You're like, I cast Fireball. You kill yourself. Oh, God. Yeah, I don't think I'm
No,
going to let
that
you kill yourself.
that didn't happen exactly.
It was close.
Instead, I actually burned other people.
All right, so what's next? I'm going to tell you guys what's next. So, we are 4 episodes away in Age of the Dead of finishing Act 1. 4 episodes away. That means we only have 4 more to go so far. And then we can begin Act 2. But Act 2 will begin next year, actually. I know that for a fact. I want to do other games. So.
Season 1, Season 2 kind of thing.
Yep. We will come back to Age of the Dead in March of next year. Oh, we got to see who's still alive. Who do we have here? Let's see. Let's go to Foundry, shall we? We're going to go to Foundry and we're going to look at all the living characters that are still alive today. And then we are going to say goodbye to those that are not. As soon as this thing boots up. Anyway, Chris, what do you got going on? Chris, why don't we talk about what you got going on in your channel?
So far I am playing through Lego Batman. I will finish that up, and then I will jump back over to playing Infamous, the video game, as well as got some other things I'm kind of working on with some other people. So that'll be soon to be announced.
Yep. I don't want to count the chickens before they hatch, but I am going forward. We're going to be making some changes to, once again, more changes are going to be coming to Tabletop Junkie games. I know, right? Like, hail chat mods, like the stream nerds. Yep. Hey, Jake. I know a lot of people are probably wondering what else I'm going to be able to do. And it's like, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm going to be doing whatever it takes to grow my channel at this point. Because I want this to actually... What's up?
They're back.
Okay. Because I want this to be something great, and I want to continue going the route that I need to go. And this is about gaming and nothing else. So I understand that ahead of time. Part of the thing is I'm doing I am taking in tips for those who can spare any. The link is in the chat. Starting tomorrow, we are doing Castles and Crusades. So the way the tips are going to work for those games as of right now, until I can get a chart printed up about what I want to do with the tips. Every tip that we get, every dollar that we make for Tabletop Junkie games will be converted into experience points to my players for Castles and Crusades, and so on and so forth. And any tips that I get for any other games, such as Age of the Dead, will count as zombies. I do have some things I'm going to be going on for that, so yeah. Stay tuned. I do have more stuff coming up as we speak. So, the living survivors that we have so far are as follows. We have Darren Williams, played by Spartacus. Currently, forlorn. He is tired out. Next, we have current Jack. And then James James Masters right here. And then we currently have Julius Garland. Now,
I wonder if he's related to Judy Garland.
No, probably. You never know. So, these are the 4 remaining survivors of the game. Right now, Spartacus' character is feeling a bit forlorn because his essence pool is down. But actually, that's about to change because because that is before the 8 hours of rest. But there are some things we're going to talk about because I'm going to tell you guys something. Spartacus, are you ready for a deep, dark secret?
Sure.
So, first and foremost, not dissing on any of my players. If any of you fuckers are listening and you take this as a diss, go cry to somebody else because I don't care. There was a bit of miscommunication in one of my streams. Spartacus, can you remember which one that could be?
No, I can't.
So, Toby did not properly address to me what kind of armor his people were wearing when they left their storage unit.
Uh-oh.
Now I understand. Now I'm sorry. Someone of special forces that could be potentially discharged or whatever, I don't think would have all the body armor they think they would have, but he's pretty sure he's filled from head to toe. And you do realize in All Flesh Must Be Eaten, there is rules for that. And so that means you guys, and this does include maybe you guys a little bit, but not too much, that there has been players getting away with not appropriating the proper mechanics or letting the GM appropriate the proper mechanics. Well, I've got news for everybody. I'm making up a new rule right now, one of the things I will be doing, and all the things will be appropriated for Age of the Dead.
Uh-oh.
Which means if you wear a specific type of body armor, let's say, for instance, let me put up All Flesh Must Be Eaten. If you're wearing what we classify as Class 2 body armor, which, okay, so you guys got to understand, this is like a TTRPG. It's not going to simulate real life all the way. I mean, fucking Christ, we're also playing in a game filled with zombies. Okay, come on. All right? So let's get that out of the way. So let's address that. So, if you're wearing military body armor, okay? Oh, for God's sake. And there is no arguing with me on this. This is what it is. It's in a book. You can even look it up yourself. If you're wearing a particular, so he figures his people would be in the proper body armor. Hey, I have no arguments against that. Here's my one argument though. Military people who have the fight, I will allow them to have at least what we can count as Class 2 or Class 3 body armor. But the way All Flesh Must Be Eaten works is if it's a certain type of body armor, you're automatically encumbered without actually going over your encumbrance value. I feel like a frog just developed in Spartacus's throat. So let's say Class 2 body armor, regular. It has an @ sign for it. Regardless of encumbrance value, this item lightly encumbers a character when worn. And when you're lightly encumbered, so when you're facing encumbrance at a 1d4 dice value. When you're lightly encumbered, it's 2d4. When you're mediumly encumbered, it's 3d4. When you are heavily encumbered, it's 4d4.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that doesn't sound fun.
There is one, and there's one more type of encumbrance level called extra heavy. That is 5d4, which means no matter what you roll, when you roll the loss of your oh god, what do we call it? There's essence. What's the other one? Endurance. When you roll for the loss of your endurance and you're wearing armor like that, you're losing
Okay.
it. You're losing it at 4d4 at like, let's say medium. You're losing at 3d4 versus 1. So all the so it's going to be 3d4 per turn. And when I was making you guys times or multiply the loss of your endurance, that was because that was per turn. Well, when wearing armor or body armor or Kevlar, it automatically gives you an extra die to roll. So, folks, I hope you guys all like seeing people get their faces eaten off, because I'm not sure if it was a really good idea for me to read that book, because when somebody made a mention, because see, I was okay with the burning sensation happening, but when somebody brought up and said, well, no, we should be covered, we're wearing armor, I'm like, oh, really? I don't think that was established. Well, it's established now, motherfucker, and guess the fuck what? Any kind of armor, Class 1 armor is actually light, I think is like, Class 1 armor is actually not lightly encumbered automatically. So if you go over your encumbrance value by a certain amount, then you're lightly encumbered, but it won't be heavy. So guess what? You're still rolling a 1d4. Congratulations, you're wearing a so-called body armor that now I can just start tacking on d4 endurance loss, which means you just made the game easier for me to tire your characters out.
Well, I mean,
maybe it's just best. Maybe players should just let me assume what you have, and you just go with, yeah, let's assume that. Let's not assume you have anything fancy, because one, you either didn't pay for it properly and didn't do anything else. So now I am going through ways to punish the characters.
thanks a lot, Toby. Yeah, that's not gonna be fun. So now we have to be concerned about how much we're carrying, how much. Yeah.
Well, to be honest, I can go through your guys' characters right now. Let's actually kick back to Foundry real quick. I can go through your guys' characters right now and basically show you guys what you're carrying. It's just when you, like, this was something you would have to basically ensure me of what you do, because unfortunately you guys have been getting away with a lot, so now I have to actually be more conscious. I'm going to be giving Toby's characters some decent amount of body armor, and depending on if his character has, like, if we look at his character right now, we have to look at his resources. He's got resources at a +1. Let's look at what resources at a +1 actually does for you, okay? So that is considered an advantage. So,
body
or
armor
a quality.
plus gas mask.
Well, we could sit. Well, yes. So let's take a quick minute here and look a bit further at his character. Okay, so he does have some assets right here. Let's see what these assets are. First off, it doesn't even fucking say. Okay. Oh, he does have Class 1 body armor. I did not know that. Huh, I must have forgot about it. Oh, but you know what? Class 1 body armor doesn't have anything beyond normal encumbrance. Oh, Toby, you're lucky. You're lucky. That means we have been following the rules. But Class 1 body armor isn't going to shield you from everything. That is actually the very lightest armor you can actually get. So we're going to have to argue that one. But we can always look it up, though, too. So it's like right here. I mean, that's the whole point about books. So he's paid for that. What's up?
Physical copies.
Oh, I know. Except they don't make physical copies of this anymore. The company's still up and running, but they're not making any books anymore. They're on a hiatus right now. Like, the company's just, I think it's barely hanging on. I'm not sure. But I'm going to tell you guys this right now. Eden Studios, still kick-ass to check. I actually want to check out their next one of their, I'm actually collecting a couple set of books from them. One being All Flesh. The next one is going to be Witchcraft. Which is, okay, if you like Charmed, like the original Charmed show with Shannon Doherty and all that, if you guys know what that is, that's what that is.
Hmm.
It's actually pretty interesting. It's like urban horror meets like some of your favorite fucking things. We'll go over that in a minute. Um, God, where the hell is the equipment at? Oh, here we go. 126. All right, let's check out body armor because he may have me he may have outsmarted me. But then again, you know gotta. Of course, we don't play these games all the time. In my argument defense, and I run more than one game. And I'm actually getting ready to do another group. Okay, class 1 body armor.
Yeah.
Oh, doesn't have an encumbrance value. Doesn't encumber you at all automatically. Oh, you got lucky, you son of a bitch. But you understand that body armor I think only covers the chest. Let's see. It says here class 4 armor is more like breastplate for the torso or plate greaves for the limbs. Okay. But your face is still not covered, sir. It is still not covered. Unless you got a riot shield and a helmet with a riot helmet.
Well, I mean,
Riot helmet. Riot
he
helmets were
obviously
actually made
has.
for like police to basically beat the crap out of you and have blood splatters.
Well, I mean, he obviously has the gas mask for one thing. So that could. It very much depends. Does that gas mask only go around the mouth and nose, or does it actually have like a full facial gas mask?
Oh, I imagine. Well, actually, it was only mouth and nose because remember they were also using the night vision the night vision goggles.
Doesn't say that the night vision goggles had to like if it's a screen that you can just put up to the face mask, or if it's like has to go around
All
the
right,
eyes.
all right. Let's stop picking on the punching bag. Let's pick on somebody else. Julius Garland. I am gonna let's talk about Mr. Garland. I have fucked this character in the ass since session 0. Session 0. I have fucked this guy in the ass.
Yes,
Literally.
yes, you did.
Because in session 0, he rolled a 1 on shooting a fucking deer and his gun exploded. He has been sitting below half life points for 5 sessions now. 5, and he is still
Yeah,
hanging on.
I have no clue
Barely
how that's
hanging
possible.
on.
I have no clue how that's working out. I have no clue how.
Well, let's talk about Mr. Julius Garland here. He is. So, Mr. Julius Garland is let's just say, for instance, a decent enough man to where he has his own place. He's about an average day lifestyle, but he does dress up in a suit and drink whiskey and coke while killing his victims because he is secretly a serial killer, which will be revealed in a later stream. Turns out it was actually something he did reveal on last stream, and him and I talked about it. There is going to be skeletons in this man's closet that no player can tell.
That would be absolutely hilarious if one of his victims that he was in the middle of or had just recently butchered comes back after him.
All right, Darren Williams. I have to say I haven't done him and James Masters. I haven't done a whole lot with. James Masters is my character. I find it hard to role play sometimes and to be the GM. However, I think that's just a cop out in my book. I think I'm just copping out. I think I could do more with him and get more into his character if I actually just did it when I was supposed to. So I do promise you guys that there will be more character development on him because he too has a secret that I haven't revealed to anybody. Why the fuck
He's
is
gay.
that? Chris, I swear to God. You know what? I just realized something.
What's that?
None of their stuff is coming up. What the
What do you
fuck?
mean?
What? I can't activate anything on here. Like, I can't raise. Like, you know how you used to add stuff? Like, say if I add a power, I can't open it up. I can only throw it away. Why?
Oh, are we going through that again?
I think so. I may have to check that out. There was just an update with this, so yeah.
Did
Let's
they
talk
sw-
about.
did they finally swap that around?
Oh, I hope they
Oh
did. I hope they
God.
did. Let's see. Configure ownership. Well, there is no ownership on this. All players. Let's see here. No, we're all still GMs. James Masters. Mycroft Machiavelli. Wait a minute, what's this? Huh. Okay, I got this. I just don't have. Okay, let's say. Configure access to this specific, allowing each user to be assigned to a different level of visibility. Okay. Nope, still nothing. Wow, what the fuck? They really, like, screwed the pooch on this one, didn't they? Alright, now let's see if we can... Nope, still nothing. Wow, look at that.
That sounds like it's going to be it's being a bit annoying.
It's being very annoying because I can't change any of our stuff.
You've
Well, guys,
gotta
this is
be
where I gotta
freaking
end the stream
kidding me.
and see how well I've done and make sure this stream was originally a test, just to see. This is gonna piss me off. Just to see if there would be anything in the background because tomorrow we are getting ready for a stream of Castles and Crusades, and I have got to get back to freaking Toby's poor streams, with Greeny because that poor guy has. Well, let's just face it. That poor guy has not been able to play in a Castles and Crusades game this entire time. All right, let's see here. All right. Other than that, I gotta check into this because if not, we may be having a problem with Age of the Dead starting the next time we play, which is in less than 2 weeks. So everybody who's joined the stream, thank you. Like I said, this was just a test stream. Stay tuned for more because I do have some other streams coming up. And Sparta, thank you for joining me. Have a great night, everyone.
It's my pleasure.